Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Whiskey Sour Libations and Conversations. I'm your host, Dominique, and I have a special guest here with me this week. You might have seen her on a previous episode where I was talking about, a nigga that lied about peeing in my bed. But I want to welcome my homegirl, Phyllis, back to the show.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing good, girl. Maintaining, surviving, not complaining.
All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We want to talk about something special that happened to us.
Yes.
And it has been a lifelong dream for the both of us to partake in this show called The Price is Right.
Come on down.
Come on down. Niggas and friends.
Yeah, let's talk about that. That was so much fun, by the way.
Okay, so first of all, I want Phyllis to share how casting and all that works. And she just asked me to go along, so I didn't do the leg work. She did the leg work.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to tell everybody listening how we got there.
All right. So I initially wanted to go on The Price is Right. So I wanted to take my boyfriend. So my boyfriend just moved out here from Atlanta. Okay. And so I was trying to find things for him to do. I'm like, oh my God, this would be so much fun. Like, I've always wanted to do it. He wanted to do it. So I went online and I saw the whole process. And now the application process is different now from what it used to be. Before, I used to just go down to the studio, stand in line, and a group of people would be called in, and then you're randomly called down to play. This time, it was a whole audition. Girl, they made me fill out an application form. And then from there, after reviewing my application, they called me. I did a phone interview, which in that phone interview, they made me do like a mock of me coming on down. So he was like, I need you to give me a lot of energy and be vibrant and loud and blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I got you. So he was like, he called in, Phyllis the Goop, come on down. And I'm in my living room screaming, jumping, just being extra loud. And so then after that, he was like, you did a great job. We'll give you either a phone call or a second Skype interview. So I ended up getting a phone call from this girl who I know she was Black. I can't remember her name, but I know she was Black because the way she was talking, I'm like, this is the sister. And she was so nice. And then she was like, we really liked your energy. They asked me a bunch of questions. And then I got another call from the same girl and was like, you've been picked. They want you to be on the show. You have to bring somebody. But I'm like, damn, like this is on a weekday. Who am I going to bring on a weekday? And so my girl Dom was like, I'll take the day off. Let's go. It's like, all right, girl, let's go do this. And we did it. And it was so much fun.
Yeah, it was crazy because I was like, girl, I'm about to take a personal day. I would gladly come on down and kick it. And when I tell y'all, just like I was really nervous because it was a tussle for me to get the COVID test. Because your girl had to get her hair done. Right. And I'm like, they're first person and one of the first people in line, and they take it forever. I said, oh, I gotta go get my hair done. Not to mention getting harassed in the line.
Yeah, I know you talked about that. That was crazy.
I'm like, so I got harassed in the line by this Black man. So I thought the Black dude was like walking up to like get in the line, but he like pretty much like corners me to this fence, kind of the fence that where you like about to go in through the turnstile. And it's like asking me all these questions about what I'm doing, where I'm going, do I want to go eat? And I was like, I got a boyfriend, and he was like, well, he could come too. And
Lord have mercy, not he could come too.
I mean, it was just the strangest thing. And then I'm looking around at people, and I'm like, somebody help me.
Help me, please.
Help me. And then, of course, after like it's done and he finally walks away, like the white boy is just like, okay, so I thought that was like somebody that you knew. And it wasn't until like I heard like the last couple of words that you said that you didn't know him. Because how he was in your space, it was like he was your friend. I'm like, no. And I was looking at you too, like,
help me. Do something.
So, like I spoke to that Black girl that you were talking about too, because she is from Illinois, like super close. And you know, I got my COVID test that Sunday, and you know, we made it do what it do that Monday, and it was, y'all. When I tell y'all, that was probably I've now officially been in LA for 11 years.
Wow. Oh, that's right. You just celebrated your anniversary when you moved down here.
Yes.
Oh,
and it's actually, and today is the anniversary of this podcast, a year.
Oh.
So I made it a year. So I'm excited about that.
Oh,
and
that's so exciting, though. Congratulations.
You know, the small things. You're gonna celebrate the small things. And that was one of the most fun days that I've had out here.
I tell everybody, like, that was so much fun.
It was so much fun. And I really like, okay, so we go in, and so first of all, they're like, when we get there that Monday morning, they like break us up into groups. And then you pretty much have to audition again. Like, they're asking you questions and, you know, trying to get to know you, trying to fill you out. And so you want to be as like pumped as possible. And like, so we already going in hoarse because we screaming,
right?
Like, to warm up. They telling us how to move and whatnot. And we get in there and it's all, you know, socially distanced. It's cute. And Phyllis and I are together and we sit in like center, you know. I think it was like we the only two Black girls.
No, yeah, we were. Well, it was us and
but she was like by herself.
Older Black lady.
Yes. And I mean, we gotta go up. So next thing you know, who gets called down? Your girl Phyllis.
Girl. So you know what's so funny is that I'm watching the episodes right after it done aired, and I'm like looking at it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I look mad nervous, hella surprised, so confused because I really didn't think that I was gonna get picked. And so I remember being on the phone with one of my best friends, Alex, and she was like, why do you look so nervous? I'm like, girl, because I was like, it was so unexpected for me. I really did not think that I was gonna get picked.
I was nervous for you though.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and when you see me in the clips, I'm like, oh, like,
you're rubbing your hair.
I know. I was just like, oh my gosh, I need Botox. I still need Botox from like, frowning, like making faces like, oh, you can't see me. So I'm like, so when you got called down, tell the listeners, what did you have to bid on?
So when I got called down, well, first of all, my boyfriend and I, we practiced a little bit. So we watched like maybe 12 episodes of Price is Right on YouTube, right? And just to kind of see like, you know, what kind of prizes they would have as like the starting bidding thing or whatever, and how to bid. So when I got called down and I saw the ping pong table, I'm like, word. One of the episodes that we had watched the night before, they would have bidded on a ping pong table. So when I seen it, I'm like, all right, I already know I'm going to bid. I got this. So it's a really nice ping pong table too. And so everybody bids. And the girl that bid before me, the blonde girl, the little young girl, she bid, I think she bid like 1,100, maybe 1,200. And here I am, 1,201, because I was going to bid 1,100 or whatever she bid, 1,200. And I am, and here I am, 1,201. And then they said the price, and they're like, "Oh, you win, or it's your bid," or I don't know how they did it. And I was just like, "Holy shit!" Like I was not expecting that. It shows all over my face. I'm like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god!" Mind you, Dom, right in that moment, I had to use the bathroom. And I'm just like, oh my Lord, here it goes. My tiny ass bladder that can't hold shit. And I have to use the bathroom. So I get up there, and you know, before we went in, they were like, oh, when you get up there, you want to like dance or be excited, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like dancing, but at the same time, I'm doing the pee-pee dance because I got to go to the bathroom so bad, so bad. And I think like all the excitement and the nerves made it worse. And so I got called down, and right away, my first prize was a brand new car. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm like nervous. My hands are sweating. Like, I just couldn't believe it. And so, of course, they gave me the hardest game. What was that game?
You have to guess the price of the car.
Yeah, Temptation.
Yeah.
Temptation, right?
Yeah.
Where they gave me all these different prizes or whatever to bid on. And then I can bid on those, bid on those, and then I had to bid on the price of the car. But if I got the price of the car wrong, then I lost all my prizes or something. I forget.
But then, they pretty much gave you an option.
Yes.
To do either or, like, okay, so, and then even toward the end, they even said, hey, like, would you, if we release these numbers and it's wrong, you lose everything, but you can walk away and still take these prizes. But I think you got like a $2,000 cash prize or
some like Michael Kors shoes that we know we was not about to take that. Some Michael Kors shoes, a guitar, and what was the last one? A coffee machine, espresso machine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I want the car.
So y'all, so when I was telling y'all, we were in the center.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to. There's a huge camera, and then it spins around and turns on me. Me and Phyllis can't see each other.
No.
So I'm trying to like be into the aisle so Phyllis can see me, so I can tell her what these numbers are, because I had just bought. I feel like it was like a Nissan that you was about to get. So it
was a Nissan Sentra.
Yes, and I had just bought the Rogue, so I was just like, okay, I know these prices. So I'm trying to reach around, and I'm like, oh, can you see my long fingers and my long arms? And I'm trying so hard to tell you these numbers, and I'm like, I'm gonna get you as close as possible. And I think we got like the first couple of ones, and then
after that, I got them wrong. Yeah, but you know what, low-key, they may have did that, like put that camera right in the way, because I literally could not see you at all.
I couldn't see you either. I literally was like, y'all, I was literally in the aisle, like trying to like lean over, but also COVID, so you can't do too much all the time. Like, you niggas will be in the aisle. And I was so mad. And then, so Phyllis loses the car. And I feel like defeated on her behalf.
Girl, I think the camera showed. My mom noticed that. She was like, damn, your friend was so mad. I'm like, yeah, we both were mad, but you could definitely tell Dawn was mad. She was like, the way you plopped down, like, fuck.
She didn't see me, and I want my friends to win. And not only that, it was just simple, like, so offline, so we're talking about like what happened. And I was like, I mean, they was like, she should have took this. I said, did nobody want no Michael by Michael Kors shoes?
Right.
And they was like, what I said, nobody want no Michael by Michael Kors shoes. So everybody probably think I'm a bitch. That's okay. But Phyllis gets to go to spin the wheel.
Yes, the showcase. The showcase.
Wait.
But prior to that, so after I did my game or whatever, they made me go to the back, right? And I had to wait for the next few games to go by. So when I'm back there, I hear you guys conversating, you and Drew, about the shoes, and you're like, she don't want those. Like, they weren't no red bottoms. They were Louboutins. I'm like, that's my bitch. She knows. So then I hear some conversation with Drew and I think another audience member, something about working at Ross or girl.
No, okay.
Like, so I felt the awkwardness being in the back. And I was like, damn, like, I think he really offended that guy. I forget what conversation was, but I know that the guy in the audience was really offended by whatever he said.
Okay, so what had happened was...
What happened?
We started talking about like gift cards or something, and then he was like, well, I mean, it could have been a gift card to like Ross or whatever. And then Drew Carey starts going ham on Ross, y'all. Ham on Ross. And then there's a guy off off to our right side, like up. And he mentions to to the host, like the I'm not gonna call him a narrator, but kind of like the narrator of the show.
Oh, Benson, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That he's worked at Ross for like all of these years.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't like he was like an exec. It was like he worked in the store.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like he felt like Drew Carey was like kind of like shaming Ross.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, hey, no, you can get some really good home decor and accessories that you need out of Ross and beauty products. It's just hard to navigate sometimes.
Mm-hmm. It's true. You can get real frustrated in Ross.
Yeah, I mean, when that came out that dude worked at Ross, because like, you know, he's cracking little jokes and people laughing.
Right.
The dude is just like you can see him melting into his seat and just like offended and embarrassed that he worked there.
I felt it in the back. I'm like, ooh, I think that seems like it's about to go to the left. Like it made me uncomfortable back there. I'm like, oh snap! I think he really offended that person.
Yeah, girl, it was.
I heard it. Right. And everybody got quiet and it was like, okay. So yeah, I heard it in the back. But anyway, so then I go to the showcase. No, I go to the big wheel.
Yeah.
Spin and I get, what did I get? 80. So that's when I'm like, I'm staying. I'm good. So the person after me spins and they overspin. Then the old lady, what was her name? Or older woman rather. She had an interesting name, but she spun. And then so she spun, she got like a low number, then she had to spin again, and then we ended up tying. So then we both had to spin, and our first number was the number that we were gonna stick with. And I think I got like a 90 or something, right?
Yeah.
So I ended up going to the showcase, which was all great. I was excited. I'm like, damn, like look at me making it this far. Like, wow. Like in one of the game shows, I've been watching this show since I was a kid with my mother, my grandmother, my aunts, like everybody, you know? So I made it to the showcase, me and this little, I don't know if he was
Filipino.
You know, okay.
Yeah,
so, whatever. So we made it up there. So he was really excited. Like he was like, girl, he was excited from outside. When we were outside waiting, he was all excited, loud, whatever. So he's all excited and we're talking in between the takes, and he was like, you know, I really, really hope that I get a car. I really want to win a car for my son. And I'm like, you know, I hope you get that car too. I hope he wins that car too. Anyways, fast forward. So we're bidding and he bids first. And I thought that he was going to pass his showcase to me, honestly, because I'm like, But then I'm looking at it, I'm like, please don't pass it to me, because what am I going to do with the washer and dryer? Like, I live in an apartment. I'm not going to, my house has a washer and dryer already.
I mean, pretty much it was like a whole renovation. They had stuff for his kitchen, stove. And I was like, oh, that's a designer stuff. Like
okay. So I'm like, oh, what am I going to do that with that? Like, please don't pass it to me, because I'm not going to do anything with that. So he ended up bidding, and I'm like, when he bid, I think his number was like 28 something or something low ball. I thought was low. I'm like, ooh, he definitely underbid. Like, that's really low. So then it comes to my showcase. Oh no, both showcases have cars in it. So he was really happy. So I'm like, yes. So it comes to my showcase, and I had a car, a Chevy Trailblazer, I think, like a mini truck kind of car. Okay. I had the Trip, and
the Trip was like to the Grand Ole Opry, y'all.
Yeah.
And I feel like Dude Showcase also had a Trip.
Yeah, but his trip was better than mine.
Yeah, it was like, I feel like his trip was like to Mexico.
Yeah, something. I think mine was to, I want to say Arkansas, just somewhere.
It was to Tennessee.
Tennessee. All right.
No, because it was like, I was like, so, because when we talked about it going in, I said, okay, whoever wins or whatever happens, I was like, especially if I had gotten up there, I was like, it's only fair that I take you, because you invited me here
with me, yeah.
And so I was like, okay. I was like, and so when it happened, I said, we don't have to go to Tennessee.
Girl, what are we gonna do in Tennessee? Like,
all I could think of is us being like, and it wasn't even Memphis. Was it? No, it was like Nashville. No.
That's where it was.
Nashville.
Yes.
And Nashville. So I was like, oh, it ain't even Bill Street down here. And I'm like trying to think of like, I'm like, what is there to do in Nashville besides like eat?
Girl, eat and maybe go to bars, but I'm not trying to be no rednecky bars. Like, that's not my thing.
So maybe it's my fault because I'm thinking about this shit in my mind as I'm sitting here. And
girl, it ain't your fault. It ain't. Listen, I don't know whose fault it is. I can only say that the reason why I bid what I bid was because of that car. Like, I understand it was a Chevy, but it was an SUV. SUVs are usually more expensive than regular cars. Girl, why was that car cheaper than the Nissan Sentra that they had me bid on in the beginning?
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, huh? I was so confused. So I think I bid like 3,000 or 4,000 over. I think I bid like 31,000 or something.
Uh-huh.
And I think afterwards you were saying that you were telling me to bid 28,000, but I couldn't hear a lick of shit.
Girl, so again, y'all, again, I just want y'all to know, okay, so how they have it set up, how you see it on TV, like they really do have you kind of like off to the side, like for the showcase, so the people can see. Y'all, why the fuck was the camera again blocking me from Phyllis?
I couldn't see you. I couldn't hear anything.
Now at this point, I'm like, fuck it. I'm standing up and I'm trying to tell her, okay, bid this number. And Phyllis couldn't see me. And I'm just like, I was so fucking pissed because I was like, that time I was confident, like super, super confident in like telling her what to bid. Just again, like I'm thinking about, I just went car shopping. I had just got my car. So I was looking at different cars. So I'm thinking about, and then it's Nashville. Nashville isn't no shade. I mean, yeah, you was gonna get a VIP tour of the Grand Ole Opry and bullshit.
Right. No. You know what though? Honestly, Dom, I think about it now. If we would have went, bitch, we would have had a bomb ass time. We would have made sure we would have had a bomb ass time.
Honestly, we gonna have to go to Nashville.
Right.
We're gonna have to fucking turn up.
Right.
Tag the motherfuckers when the price is right.
Girl.
And be like, you know what? Fuck y'all niggas. We still win any goddamn way.
And that part.
Turn the fuck up.
And that part. Stop playing. Cause I'm like, you know what? Nashville, whatever. Like I mean, no one wants to go. I mean, I don't want to go. That's not a place that I aspire to go, but we would have had a bomb ass time.
Right. We would have made it do what it do.
We sure would have.
And I was just like, it was so funny because you remember like the white chick, it was like this cute white girl sitting like behind us with her family.
With the blonde.
With the blonde, yes. So when she got called down and she was looking back at her family trying to get the numbers, I said, look at me. And I kept telling her, and she was like, the second time she missed, she was like, damn, you really know this. And then she finally listened to me.
Yeah. And then she finally got called up. Yeah.
She got called up.
Yeah. And she ended up winning her car. Remember when we were talking to her, she was like, I think she was a student or something, and she wanted the car so she can be able to drive back down to LA to see her family and stuff. And ended up getting the car. I'm like, oh, good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? But she would have had, like, you know, like she finally realized, you know.
Yeah, she wouldn't have made it if she was listening to everybody else because
you know
she missed it. And we had told her the right answer and she missed it twice. Until she finally was looking at you the third time.
And what is it here? Believe Black women.
That part.
She got her phones and she got her car.
She sure did.
She sure did.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. I was even like watching highlights of the episode, and when I tell y'all, like, I had no voice. Right.
For like the next 2 to 3 days.
Yes.
Girl, so my job, so mind you, I caught out of work to go to this. I told them I was sick. And so, of course, it's illegal for any job to ask you why, you know, what's going on, blah, blah. I'm calling out sick. That's all you need to know. So when I went back to work, and because I work in the mental health field, my clients were like, were you partying? What's wrong with your voice? And I'm like, no, you know, I just was screaming a lot. What were you doing screaming? And I'm like, damn, like I was screaming. That's all you need to know. Like, relax, you know? Did you go to a concert? No, I just was screaming. That's it.
Right. I would have said I had a sore throat.
Girl, I should have. I wasn't even thinking. I think I was still on the cloud 9 and on a high from being on the show. Like, it's still like, even to this day, I'm like, damn, like I really was on that show. Wow. I'm like so happy. I still have my name card.
I definitely don't have that.
I still have my name card and I have my little book. But you know what though? When I tell you that the universe stay looking out for your girl, there was a reason why I didn't win all these things that is up there. So there is a catch, right? In the beginning, when you're outside, before you even go inside, what they make you fill out? A 1099, right? Mm-hmm. So a tax form stating that you have to claim your earnings of whatever you win to IRS at the end of the year. So when afterwards, when the show was all done and we finished airing, we have to go down, the people who won or whatever have to go down to their office and fill out the rest of our paperwork, and they give us more information. So while we were down there, they tell us that IRS will take 20%. So you have to pay IRS 20% of whatever is the earnings amount. So for me, since I just got the ping pong table, I think the total cost of that was like 11,000 and some change, 1,100 and some change. So I have to pay IRS 20% of that 1,100. Now for a homeboy who won the showcase and all those other prizes, his total earnings was like 44,000. He has to pay back 20% of that when he does his taxes. Mm-hmm. And when I tell you the universe is looking out for me now, unfortunately, I always owe every year.
Me too.
That's what it is. And it's like, girl, God was looking out. Like, you know what, bitch, pipe down. You got on the show. That's all you needed. Okay. You're not about to win because you already owe IRS. You will have to owe them even more if you win, because that 20% is a huge chunk. Like, imagine if I would have got all that stuff. Imagine if I would have won both cars and then my total earnings was like $80,000. I'm gonna just be like, you know what? Y'all can keep it. Because they give you like 10 days after the show airs to accept your prizes or to not accept them.
Yeah. And it's sucky too, because back in the day, you used to be able to take the cash value.
Yeah, they had that in bold letters, bold, capitalized, no cash value for any prizes. Take the prize or don't take the prize. That's it.
Because a lot of people probably was, especially if a trip was like $27,000, like you won the whole showcase. Mm-hmm. People was taking that money. And I mean, you was paying, 20% of 27K, like, okay.
Right.
But you was still pocketing a lot. And a lot of that stuff too, you got to think. People probably like this trip was, you're going to travel through this agency. So a lot of that stuff is gifted to them, for exposure.
Exactly. Because as a contestant, you got to pay, which is just
And I know a girl that worked with us at Nordstrom. She had went this girl Cameo, and she had won a car, and she was like, she had to pay taxes on it, and I was just like, I mean, that makes sense,
right? Yeah. So I was like, you know what? It's all right. Universe looked out. I came on the show. I experienced it. It was so much fun. Right. Carrie is so dope. I think he's hilarious. So down to earth. And he kept, when I was up there, he was like, you have a really beautiful smile. I'm like, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, he was really nice. So, I mean, the whole experience was so much fun. We bonded. That was, so much. And you can tell, like, we were the only Black girls there because the camera every time comes straight to us. Every single time, like, those two girls are about to be the show.
We had so much fucking fun. It was just a euphoric day, and you could just tell that was something that we both needed. Mm-hmm. And I was so happy that it worked out, and we had a fucking blast. And I just was thinking about, like, I want to go back. And I told my uncle, I was like, when I went to St. Louis, I said, "Oh, Uncle Boo." When I was doing the interview, I was saying, my uncle went like in the late 80s, early 90s, or whatever. I said, man, we went to the Price is Right. And my homegirl made it to the Showcase Showdown. And so now he's like reminiscing and thinking, about like when he went. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, it would be dope if, y'all always go to the Ozarks. I'm like, if y'all do a family trip to LA, because y'all haven't come to visit, and I can like see what I can do to like try to get all of us to fucking go.
They've been sending me. Let me turn this light on. They've been sending me text messages that yes. So they are looking for contestants that have like my type of energy, fun, vibrant, things like that. And I'm like, oh my God, Dom needs to go back on the show because I can't. So there's stipulation. If you get clawed down, you get on the show, you cannot do the show again for 10 years.
Yep.
10 years. You could be an audience member, but you can't get back on the show for another 10 years. So I meant to tell you, but I'm like, yeah, Dom, you need to go back. Like, go back. I will forward you the text message. I still have it in my phone. Yeah, they're looking for contestants. I don't know if people aren't applying or just aren't doing it. I don't know, but they need people.
Yeah, and when I told Johnny, he was like, damn, that's like total LA, like bucket list. I said it definitely was on my bucket list.
Girl,
but I know if I go on that motherfucker, they let me play fucking Plinko. And I don't give a shit about nothing. I want to play fucking Plinko. I have dreams about Plinko, okay?
Aww.
I dream of Plinko.
I feel you, girl.
Yeah, I just like,
it was very, very nostalgic. Very nostalgic. It was like you said, a dream come true, because just to get caught down, let alone make it to the whole thing, like, I'm like, wow, this is awesome. I couldn't have asked for anything more. It's okay that I didn't win. I'm okay not winning all that stuff, because like I said, Lord knows I don't need that headache from IRS.
Right.
And I am very grateful for just being on the show, and I haven't gotten my ping pong table yet, but when I get it, girl, we about to set that shit up right here in this crib.
Like, you got room in your new apartment?
Yep, right here in the hallway. It's not gonna stay here because it's too big, but we definitely about to have, when we have our little housewarming, that shit's gonna be right here. Stop playing.
Okay, I'm looking. My friend had texted me the photo. Hold on, let me turn up the screen on my phone so y'all can see.
Yes.
Yes.
Two short-haired queens. Stop it.
Yes, we had so much fun.
It was a blast. It was so much fun. We'll do it again.
Oh, so much fun. Man, that's what
imagine if all of us would have came. Because remember, I had told the girls, right? And Stephanie was going, oh, I just did a game show and it lasts all day. Kendra didn't want to take the time off of work and blah blah. Imagine if all of us was there, as loud and obnoxious as we all can be. They would have been like, damn, this is a show right here. We don't need y'all.
Yeah.
I can just right. Right.
It was just everything. And okay, so y'all, so when we left, because I was talking to my dad like on the way going, and then like, okay, so they're like, okay, well, you can't tell anybody, you can't post anything, about the show until like the after it airs, and you can share like photos and all of that stuff. Like, they don't let you take your phone in. And so our show aired, I think it was like, what was it, September 27th?
Yeah, 27th.
So y'all can, look on CBS.com. I'll put the link in the bio as well. To the episode. I call Daddy.
Girl,
why Phyllis make it to the show?
Wait a minute, but why were we were in the parking structure calling everybody? Stop playing. My aunt was like, oh my God, what? Like, I was like, yes, we were on there. Girl, my mom was like, who'd you take? I said, I took my friend Dom. She said, Dom? I don't think I met Dom. Like, no, you haven't, but you see her on TV. Girl, and so then once it aired, everybody was like, oh my God, your friend is so beautiful. You guys look like you had so much fun. The camera's all on you. I'm like, you have no idea. We were the loudest. The only two Black girls there. Two Black girls with short haircuts, and we were the loudest. Like, the cameras couldn't help but come to us every time.
Girl, it was just
fun. Like,
even now, like, my cheeks like hurt, like,
right.
laughing, talking about it, because I tell y'all, like, this year has been fucking tumultuous, like, on so many levels, right. COVID, and then just on top of COVID, and then, like, life still happening. People still have to transition, and it's just been hard.
And just life in general, like, on top of COVID, motherfuckers still have to deal with life.
Yes. So for that moment in time, it was perfect.
It really was. Like,
it really was
an unbelievable moment that actually happened. And I'm like, damn, like, wow, I was on The Price is Right. That is just so cool.
And y'all just saw me on the screen making faces.
My favorite is when you were like, oh, no.
They fucking set us up, dog. They set us up because the whole camera thing. Because I'm like, I say, really? So y'all just not gonna let my girl see me?
Yeah.
I know these numbers.
It's
I've been doing this since I was a toddler. I know this.
Since I was a toddler, that's a fact. Like literally, my little cousin. So my little cousin watches the show, and he's 7 years old. Like that's his favorite show. His mom records the show for him, so when he comes home from school, he sits at home and he watches it. So he finally watched my episode not too long ago, and he immediately calls me. He calls me his best friend. He was like, "Best friend, best friend." I said, "What?" He's like, "I saw you on The Price is Right, best friend." I'm like, "Oh, Wesley." And he was like, "And you said my name." I was like, "Wesley, I had to shout you out. This is your favorite show." He goes, "Oh, best friend, I love you. Thank you." I'm like,
"Oh, don't make me cry. I'm ovulating."
It was so sweet. I'm like, "Oh, Wesley, I love you too." But he loves that show. I mean, he's only 7. So can you imagine? Like, we've been watching this since we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a pastime thing.
Huh? I was like, it's similar to like the stories, like, like The Young and the Restless. And
right? What was the other one? That Passions. Girl, Passions was my show back in
the day. My passion.
The fact that you even know the song still. That was my show back in the day.
Okay, so I don't know if you ever watched or how deep you were into The Young and the Restless game.
I got into it, but then I never got as deep into it as I did with Passions. Passions was, I watched it till they stopped doing that.
Passion was more like easy to watch and lighthearted.
It was.
And so on Young and the Restless, so I auditioned for The Young and the Restless when I lived in St. Louis. So I made it like so far, and then I got cut. It's fine, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So moving to LA, I used to actually work at Nordstrom at the Grove. So they film Young and the Restless on the same lot as The Price is Right. So sometimes you might see, certain, characters. Bitch, I met Jack Abbott. Jack Abbott is a rival of Victor Newman. And I turned around one day and I was like, "Oh my God, Jack." And I'm like, I know that's not your name, but and at that time I was like 22, and so clearly he's like older than me, and he was like shocked that I like knew who he was. I was like, yeah.
Right? Girl, it's like watching Girlfriends right now. So Girlfriends is on Netflix, and this is like my 4th time watching this season. I don't know why. It's just nostalgic for me. Yeah. I watched the show and I'm like, damn, like these females are my age now when we were watching the show back when we were like 11, 12 years old, thinking that we know what the hell is going on, and we really don't. But now watching, like, I get it. Like,
yeah. So Girlfriends came out, I was in college. So I think I was like sophomore year, and I think that's when it switched over to like the CW, because I had night class on the night that Girlfriends like would come on. And so one season I definitely had a boyfriend, and I wasn't trying to hang out with him. I was trying to hang with my friends so we could watch Girlfriends together, because we would go like order rice, like fried rice in St. Louis is hella fucking fire. So I was like whispering on this phone call, but I was really at my homegirl apartment so we could watch Girlfriends. And I would skip class sometimes to watch Girlfriends. Because it's not like how TV wasn't how it is now, where you can just go back and
record and pause and play. No, it wasn't.
And I met Tracy Ellis Ross working at the Grove.
Oh, really?
And if I plug in my Evo, I have a selfie with her, but she didn't really want to take the picture. So I was like, you could have told me. She could have told me no, and I would have been like, I get it.
Right.
I understand. Like, you don't want to be bothered. But I was just also really hyped because, like, my mom is a huge Diana Ross fan. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking of that context. And then when I managed at Aldo at Topanga, I would go end up meeting Evan Ross. We had like a dope conversation.
No, that's the brother, right?
Yeah, that's the brother. And then, but I also met Phyllis from Young and the Restless, and Phyllis ended up marrying like Jack. But Phyllis, I I would end up seeing her like multiple times in life, like at different stores that I was working at out here. And it was just like, it was like, I know you. And I'm like, yeah, girl. They got me over here now. You know, like.
Say, yeah, girl.
Yeah, managing, you know, it is what it is. But that was dope. I met Shamar Moore. And then somebody would later go on in life to try to catfish me as Shamar Moore.
Oh, Lord.
And it was so funny because it wasn't like, oh, I think this is him. I knew this was a fucking catfish.
Right.
I was just playing along because I had shit else to do. It was funny as fuck to me.
That's when females be bored. That's when, right. That's when we play along. Usually motherfuckers ain't got time. Like I have to be bored in order to fucking entertain this nonsense.
So that's how I am very confused as to how catfish is still even a thing. Because I'm like, you motherfuckers just
like the show.
Like it has to be, yeah, the show.
No, I think the show is scripted. I really do, because I mean, you cannot be that stupid to fall for a catfish. Like, come on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and
you know what, though? It may not be scripted because some of these people that be catfishing be regular people catfishing regular people. Like, they don't try to portray someone else. They're portraying themselves or another regular person, which is weird.
Yeah, it'll be somebody that's like super, but it'll be somebody that's like really attractive. So like if somebody used my photos on or your photos on catfish, and then it'd be like, then they go meet the person and it's like a dude or like somebody that might have some sort of something could have happened to them, or somebody that has low self-esteem and looking for a friendship. And it was this girl had catfished this dude and she had like lost her eye in like a car accident. And she had like picked up all this weight, but then she was like using this other girl's photos. She just liked, but it was some of them that was so wild. Like the one that was like, oh, she catfished this dude because the cousin called her a fat Kelly Price. And shit was still.
I'm just gonna leave it at that.
She's like, well, you called me a fat Kelly Price, and the person was like, saying how long ago it was. It was terrible. And it's funny because I cannot wait for you to meet my best friend Vernon, because Vernon is fucking hilarious. But he has this crazy psychotic ex that does shit like that and be trying to like set up profiles to have conversations with him, and like would try to. It was weird, and he was like, I know this is fucking so and so, and but again, we know like this isn't a real thing. This isn't a real person. So it's also mean to like prey on people like that are just.
It really is like, and like you have to have a lot of time. Like, I mean, you know, like I feel like it like takes up so much energy.
Yeah.
And takes a lot of time to do that. Like, it's just much easier and authentic if you can just be yourself, despite whatever issues or, you know what I'm saying, you've got going on. Like, some people still go for that, you know, try first. And then if that doesn't work out, don't catfish, but damn, you know, do something else or something. Like, catfishers just remind me of just scammers, and I cannot stand a scammer. I don't like scammers.
It's interesting. I remember back in the day, I talked about this on the episode when I talk about the Shamar Moore catfishing situation. I have a cousin that used to like use either my photos or give people my number and give them my name. And I will never forget getting a phone call and somebody was like, oh, I met you walking down Page Boulevard. Now, people that know Page in St. Louis, and I grew up on the west side. My Bougetto ass ain't walking down Page. The furthest I got to, now I will say this, they built a Walgreens, so I would walk to Walgreens sometimes or walk to the Y to work out. That's as far as I'm going. Where he said I was, I said, oh, I would never walk that way on Page. And so I was like, well, what do I look like? And he told me what I look like, and it wasn't what I look like. And I was like, hey, I was like, bro, that was my little cousin.
Oh gosh.
But I would say it was another time she was catfishing somebody. And
wait, but why was she doing it? Like,
I have no idea. I have no idea to this day. And I never got the chance to ask, because I know at one point she like went to jail. But I know that I did make a really good friend out of a catfish.
Okay.
And it's still my homeboy to this day. And we kick it, we text, we check on each other. Like, that's my people. And I made through him, I even have like other really good friends. I would just never forget the day that he rolled up. My uncle had a go-kart track. And my uncle was like, why is this car sitting over there? One of y'all go see. Really? So I'm like, fine, fuck it, I'll go. Now, in hindsight, that was kind of dangerous because, people are crazy.
Yeah. Why didn't he go see?
I don't know. Like, I don't know how my uncle would do.
All right,
Uncle. Shout out to my uncle. That's like one of my favorite. Man, I'm not gonna lie. Like, as I got older, like, how growing up you have your favorite like relative, but like, I love all of them niggas, because it just each person, they personalities, and it just be fucking hilarious. And I'm dying to get my Uncle Wayne on here. But so I go up to the car, and the dude is like, "Oh, I'm looking for Dominique," and I'm like, "Hello."
Was he fine?
I'll send you a picture. He wasn't necessarily he's cute, but he wasn't like my stilo per se, like, And so I was just like, how can I help you? And he was like, oh, his name is Johnny. And he said, oh, I'm Johnny. And I'm like, okay. Like, we've been talking on Black Planet, we're talking on the phone. No, we haven't.
Damn. Oh my God.
I'm like, man, I don't know you. I've never seen you in my life.
Your cousin is bold, child, to tell him where you was going to be at. Like,
she was there. Okay. So
she was there. Okay.
She was there too. So she told them to come up. So it's a car. It's like him. He in like this Lexus. It's a car full of niggas.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, so I was like, fuck again. I was like, so my cousin was using my information. And so he was like, well, which one is your cousin? Is it the light-skinned girl? I said, no, it's the one next to her. He said, oh, hell no. He threw that car in reverse.
Damn.
And so the dude in the passenger side was like, hey, but you cute though. So he and I exchanged numbers and started talking.
The friend always got to shoot their shot. Like it. But you cute, baby. What's your name?
He was, man, hold on. Free my boy Patrick.
Okay.
Free Pat.
Oh shit. Wow. That is funny. So did the cousin ever find out that you ended up finding out that she was using your photo and everything?
Yeah, I was just like, nigga, like, you're gonna have to find some level of confidence and make it work, because you can't be using my shit. Like,
no,
that's weird. And you're giving out my phone number. So
yeah,
that's it gets
yeah, that's strange. Well,
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. Has that ever happened to you?
No. Catfish?
You ain't never been catfished? Okay.
I've never catfished anyone.
Has anybody ever catfished you?
Half-fished, but not catfished.
Yeah. All of us have been catfished on some level.
Yeah, that I've never had it done before, and so I was, when I say shocked, like,
how big was his head?
Huh?
How big was his head, or how funny shape was it?
It looked like a peanut. Like, like, have you ever seen?
I already know.
No, you don't. Have you seen the Proud Family movie?
No.
Damn. Watch the Proud Family movie, right? In the movie, they go on a family vacation. In the movie, they go on a family vacation to this island, right? It's a setup, but everybody.
It's kind of because they were saying that was kind of like us.
something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But in the island, everybody is made from peanuts. And the people are shaped like a peanut, like a dry roasted peanut in the shell. His head looked like that. Like it grew very cute. Very cute. But the head, I mean, it was a peanut head. Crazy. And I was just like, wow. You can put your hat back on. Like, yeah.
Girl, it be like that. Like I think about like people that be having like we would call it a TP because it would be like pointy.
Yeah. Girl.
It would be it's been a minute since I've been catfish, thank God.
Yeah, that was the only time. Actually, no, I've been catfished twice. But
like was it out here or was it?
No, it was out here.
Okay. Where were you? So I can stay away.
You said what? Where was I? I was at SLS. Surprisingly, yes, with my old friend Olivia. The guy came up fine. He was fine. Then he took the hat off in public. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh wow, okay. I was like, oh, you can put your hat back on. He laughed. I mean, he was cool about it. He laughed. He was like, yeah, I know I got a peanut head. I'm like, yeah, you definitely do. So he knew not to ask for my number because I definitely was not going to give it to him. Like, you're cute, but then I can't go out with you without a hat on. Yeah, it wasn't cute. And the other time was in Florida, in Miami, when I went out there for, I think, something for school for my clinic or something. We went out, and this guy, mixed dude, maybe not mixed, I don't know, but he was light skinned, very cute, came up to me, we're talking, blah, blah, blah. The next day we actually go out to dinner, and I drive. Thank God I had a rental because I met him and he didn't have the hat on. Girl, I didn't even know, like, I'm looking for the person and I couldn't find, yes, that's how bad, yes. And he's lucky that my ass didn't fucking turn around and go home. But I was hungry, so I stayed. I ate and I ate.
Okay. SLS. Have I been to the SLS? Because I'm banned. Technically, I'm banned from the Sofitel. But
you're banned from Sofitel.
Okay, so.
Oh my God, Dominique.
It wasn't. I didn't fight. I wasn't violent. I went to a party at the Sofa because I was like, oh no, that's the one that's on Beverly, but no, but it's on. I think the SLS is the one that has Katana, right?
The SLS is right by the Beverly Center. No, but so is
Sofitel. That's the Sofitel that's by the
Beverly. The SLS is on La Cienega.
Okay.
No, it's by what's that steakhouse that's over there?
Mastro's. Oh, SLS. It's on La Cienega. Yes, it is on La Cienega.
Yeah,
it's right from Yukaku.
There we go.
So,
yeah.
So no, okay. So I'm like, okay. So years ago, like briefly after I moved to LA, maybe it was like the second year out here, second or third year out here. My homeboy that was like promoting at the time, they had thrown a party at the Sofitel. Y'all, I met this fine French dude. Yeah, I know for a period of time I was on my international kick because niggas wasn't fucking with me. That's cool. And so I don't know, we just had this connection, and it was like we floated to each other and we was like making out. And then I like ended up going to his room. But I also remembered that I was with my homegirl and I drove, but we had given the ticket to the people at the valet. And I'm like in this dude's room and I'm about to let him take me down. All of a sudden I come to my senses. Like, this nigga didn't have a condom or nothing. And I was like, I gotta go. Like, my homegirl, I was like, I had to take her home. He was like, and his accent telling me that he would come with me. And I was like, nah. He's like, come on, let's go. So he like grabs my hand and like walk out the room. Bitch, when I would tell you I was motherfucking Jackie Joyner Kersey, flew down the hallway and ran down them steps, but then I flew down another hallway to go to the other steps so he couldn't find me. And then security saw me running on camera.
So what do they think?
So I get down to the lobby and I'm about to get in my car and they like stop me and they start questioning me, asking me all these questions like, what was I doing? Did somebody hurt me? Because I guess something had happened there before and somebody tried to like press charges against them or sue them. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But I was just like, no, I was like making out with a dude. I was starting bopping or whatever. They took my ID and like copied it.
The hotel security?
Yes. And I was like, why the fuck? And I was like, they was like, you can't come back.
Just like that.
Yeah.
So what if somebody was trying to rape you or something? Like,
I guess in that case, I would say, oh, like I was getting assaulted or whatever. But since I was just like, oh, I was being a hoe, like,
yeah,
you know,
just casually, I was just being a hoe, you know,
and I had never, but I had never had a one night stand either. So I was also very afraid. And so. I mean, they forgot about it now because I remember when I was working for LA Fashion Week, we had an event there, and I was like, I told my boss, I was like, technically, I ain't supposed to be a business.
Probably not the same security guards that worked there from that time.
Well, like I said, them taking my ID and copying my ID?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't look the same. I got short blonde hair.
Right.
Yeah, I don't look the same according to people. So I guess
whatever.
Like I look the same.
Whatever. Wow. Yeah. Damn. The Sofitel, when was I've had great times at the Sofitel. That's where Kiss and Grind is. Me and Kendra, girl, have great times. Every time we go to Kiss and Grind, we have a good time. Every time.
Where at the Sofitel is it? Because the Sofitel isn't that big.
So I don't know if it's a rooftop or out. It's outside. So you know the front of the hotel, right? It's on. Is it on Beverly? That front or
the front faces Beverly.
Beverly, yeah. So around the entrance is like on the corner of Beverly and La Cienega is where they usually have that entrance, and then you go up, and it's like a patio type thing. But then you
that like
the second floor.
Oh,
go inside, yeah. Girl, we gotta go to you and Kenny gotta go to Kiss and Grind one of these nights.
Look, if it's like how it is in Insecure, because they had it on Insecure, they had it,
and that's when it became popular. So that's when I wanted to go when I saw it on Insecure. Because apparently,
I think I've been before that, but at that location they used that was Boulevard 3 on Sunset, so that's big. Like that's a low-key Boulevard 3 is a huge space.
Right. Well, they moved it to the Sofitel, and because of Insecure is what made me want to go there my first time. I went there, girl, bomb ass time. Mad niggas there.
I know. I was like, where's your boo? Could you say? I'm like,
girl, those mad.
Listen, I'm not. I just.
Girl, I have gotten. A bunch of prospects from over there. Nothing that ever stuck, but. Bunch of prospects. Motherfuckers always after the party always want to feed a bitch. You know I like to eat. So okay, where we going? After every event. But it's a good time. Like the DJ's cool. He played not just like new school and all this millennial stuff, but he also plays like old school and barbecue, black barbecue music. That's always like a good time when we all turned up and drunk and good times.
Yeah, no,
we gotta go. All three of us gotta go.
They had one not too long ago, and since we are next, I feel like they had one recently. I feel like, and because I got an email about something, but
yeah, they're having one for Halloween.
But I'm gonna be out of town.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out of town.
I mean,
I don't be out of town. We'll go. We're gonna go. It's a good time. I mean, hella niggas, girl.
They can go
everywhere. Black man.
Your nigga ain't at home.
No, he is. He's in another room. He's watching the game.
First of all, I just want to say thank God basketball is back.
Thank God, right?
Also, thank God Insecure is back, even though it's the final.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the first episode. I'm waiting. I've seen a lot of stuff on my Facebook and Twitter, not IG, because that shit was fucking hacked.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that because I was gonna tag you in a post the other day. I said, "Oh yeah, that bitch hacked."
No, don't tag me. And you know what? Instagram sucks because everybody's been reporting it and they still have it up there. It's clear, like those new pictures, it's clear that that's not me. Like, take the page down, because I wouldn't mind making another one, but why am I gonna make another one if that's just stupid? I want that one to be gone. But they're gonna get somebody else something, because I know my homeboy keep calling me like, this bitch didn't text me, or somebody text me from, or DM me from your Instagram talking about you made 30K, and I was like, this bitch ain't call me. I said, you busy, relax. If I made 30K overnight, my nigga, all of my friends is knowing. I'm about to put them all up on game. My page was hacked.
That's what you do,
right?
No, but seriously, like that's why. Listen, I don't know. So I know Likely to Hear and Tristan, which was Thug Yoda, and I know like both of them will likely appear in this season. I don't know when. So that's exciting.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then so it's bittersweet. But I just listened to so I listened to an interview with Issa Rae yesterday, and I finished it today. And I'm gonna send it to you. It's from this podcast called The Etceteras.
Okay.
You see the person on it, whatever. But girl, Issa Rae, it's so funny because I'm like, I feel like Issa Rae will be our friend.
Oh my God. I'm so glad you said that, because I literally was about to say the same thing. Girl, she literally.
And not Issa Rae, the character, like not the character, and even I would say kind of the character, but I would say like
Issa Rae, the real person.
The real person. Yes. Because I just be like, dog, I thought that'd just be me or whatever. And dog, she tell this crazy story on the podcast about how her homegirl gets a call, and then it's like the police, and it's about her ex-boyfriend, and the ex-boyfriend dies in a car crash, but she was his emergency contact.
Oh shit.
So after they had broken up, and she was saying how he like kind of broke up. It was like the nigga like kind of just stopped fucking with her.
Yeah.
And she had to like come down and like identify his body. And she was like, this, I don't even like how he looks. She was like, that didn't even look like him. But then it was like, you know, this is some shit that would happen to you though. It wouldn't happen to nobody else but you. So this is totally on brand. So they were able to make light of it. But what she was saying when she was talking through, she's like, man, this is some shit out of a movie. She's like, okay, so you know I'm probably gonna write about this one.
Right. Stop playing.
But it be shit like that happens to us. And I'm like, and I swear I want to get back into like writing. And I always say, I'm like, just be shit that be happening to all of us. And I'm like, dog, like this will be epic if I can get this in a script and we can shoot it. Man.
Because all it is it's just a matter of, like you said, writing. Write a script, write a pitch. You pitch it to these different stations or whatever, and whoever picks it up. Even if it's like a small production company that picks it up, you never know. Because she started off small too. Wasn't she on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I was like, I would write it, have my friends that are like in the industry like look over it, edits. I would shoot that shit myself. Like, and just push the fuck on my A. And I would send it to the people that I know, and then try to get my friends in there that got kind of like a name behind them. That's what the fuck I would do.
Yeah.
I'm like, dog. But I'm gonna send it to you. But I just it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. And I hope you watch the first episode soon. Yeah,
we're gonna watch it tomorrow. We're waiting because I leave Saturday. My flight leaves mad early in the morning, 6:30. And so he's not too happy about that. So we're gonna watch it tomorrow.
Is it because he has to take you to the airport?
Because it's early. And he likes, girl, you think I didn't pay him no fucking. I just was like, okay, so we're gonna leave the house at 4:30 and you're taking me. That's it. When he went, because he missed my birthday. He went to Seattle for work. And so his flight was mad early. And guess who took him? I did. So I wasn't even hearing it. I'm like, okay. So I was 4:30 we're leaving. But yeah,
I was like, look, I'll pay for you an Uber, I'll book you a shuttle.
Girl, we just moved. So I'm not even expecting all of that. Get your ass up and take me. And it's like, no, I don't want, no. I'm your girlfriend. Take me. Fuck, I'm going to be gone for a week.
Why are you gonna be? Are you? Is this for school?
For the test, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Because God favored me.
Yeah. So I have to be out there for a week for like I have to do like reviews and stuff before I actually take my test.
Okay, you got this.
Amen.
Piece of cake, piece of pie.
Oh yeah, girl. I'm gonna come back. We are turning the fuck up.
Yeah, girl. I'm gonna shake this good.
Yeah, girl. Whatever. Listen, I'm gonna shake these bones because my ass has not been to the gym. I look so frail. It's disgusting. Like I look so small. I'm even scared to get on the scale because I know I dropped weight, dropped muscle. So
damn, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna get it back.
I will. Hell yeah! I'm just waiting to take my test so I can get my ass back in the gym.
Right. I'm like, it's gonna be fine. And you're gonna be like, bitch, I passed that shit. And I'm like, yes, sis.
Yes.
We told you.
Yes. We are turning up.
Yes, turn it up. We're gonna be all over the city because we what? Waxed and vaxxed, bitches. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, girl. It's about damn time. We supposed to have been done this damn show. I'm glad.
Literally now, like pretty much it's been a month since our episode has aired.
Literally. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
It was a month yesterday.
It was a month yesterday.
Oh wow.
So here we are. We made it through and it was just a good time. And y'all, if y'all can get the opportunity to come out here and go on that, it was so much fun. It was so much
Please
fun.
do it. All you guys have to do is go on to CBS.com or even Google Price is Right. And I believe it takes you to CBS.com. You fill out the application, which is super easy, super simple. And they'll most likely call you because if they're texting me asking, if I know anybody, if I know anyone that knows anyone that wants me on the show, the only thing is that it's during the week. So they don't film on weekends, unfortunately. But hey, if you got some time off of work, take a mental health day, get on the show, you might win a fucking car. God damn it. A trip, not to Nashville, maybe to Mexico,
Mexico.
Or Australia, somewhere nice. Although Nashville, we would have made it fun. However, that wasn't the first choice. But yeah, it is a great experience. So much fun.
All right, y'all. Don't forget to shop the candles. Actually, yes, shop the candles. St-angelus.com/candles.
Yes. Make sure you buy those candles. They are fire. Fire. Okay, holiday season is coming up. Christmas. Okay, get them as gifts. Dope. Bomb. All of my friends. And by the way, Dom, thank you for those. My girlfriends love them. I told them to tag you in a post on Instagram. So they definitely will be doing that.
So, I gave you one. Did you give that one away? I gave that one for you.
No, bro, that one is it. Hold up. Stop playing. Let me go get it for you.
Okay. I was like, you weren't supposed to get that away. I gave that to you for your birthday.
I sure didn't. No. Mine is right here. Is waiting. Okay. I have not lit it yet.
Yes.
I am waiting before I light this. And this smells fire. Moulin Rouge. It's my favorite one.
I'm like, somebody gonna get pregnant on that candle. That or La Position, like I'm just saying, I'm out here just trying to make moves. So thank you so much and safe travels. And
thank you, Boo.
I will see you when you get back.
I'll see you soon.
Yes.
Bye.